I gotta. Oh man. Hello, conscious breathers, infinite beings alike. I just have to show you this power here. You see this? Yeah. Man, look at this aura. Look at this. Look at this aura. Look at that. This is right after doing some breath work, some powerful breath work, and I open my eyes and boom, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just had to hop on here live and share this sun's rainbow aura. You see that? I'm like, did I do that? Or I'm just aligned with it? I don't know. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Natural law. You can't be natural law. You just can't. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that aura. Tell me you see that. I'm trying to go with the camera here. If you can. You see that? Energy. Energy don't lie. It don't lie. Energy don't lie. Nope. Nope. Man. Just topic of the day, I would say. Stray away from people who cause you to breathe in a shallow way. Protect your energy. Protect your breath pattern. Protect your essence. It's worth it. You're worth it. You all are worth it. If you're breathing, you're worth it. And for those that are just joining, I think I'm gonna just have it on the sun's rainbow aura because I don't know how long it's gonna last. It's just majestic. It's really majestic. Look at that. Seriously. Yeah, and it's no coincidence. I've been feeling this energy even more and more. Isn't that called a sundog? I'm not sure. Sundog. Someone says I'm the sunbender. You could say that. Look at that aura. Look at that aura. You know, I feel so compelled right now to do just a breathing course for the sun specifically. You know, getting off that live with the doctor. You know, I had the intention of making specific breath work specifically for diabetes and making subliminal breath work for diabetes, making breath work for pregnant women, pregnant mothers, subliminal breath work for pregnant mothers, literally doing bit by bit, even for entrepreneurs themselves, making subliminal breath work in that sense, especially the water energy when it comes to currency, keyword current, and sea, S-E-A, current sea, the waves, ocean. You want a cash flow of money, so to speak, to harmonize with that because it's endless abundance. You guys just got to see this rainbow aura. It is so majestical. So majestical. Seriously, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this beauty. Look at that. I want to share Jesus' sun gazing technique. So, it's called the anointing, if you've ever heard. What you do is cross your eyes together, and you would see two suns. And when you do that, you're stretching out the cornea of your eyes to allow more biophotons to come into the body and heal the body in that sense. And if you're new to sun gazing and you can't stare at the sun like I can right now, and I know through the camera you can stare at it, but man, if you're here in the flesh, for some people it's too much. Even my partner, like she's just it's too much for her. But it takes a point in time to it takes a level of awareness to get to that point of staring into the sun. Not everyone can get there. So I would highly start off with the sunrise and the sunset, because the UV index is at 0, so it's easy for you to gaze at the sun and absorb more of the biophotons that way, so it's not too daunting. And man, just today I really feel really compelled to make a sun breathing course, because I'm definitely going to do that, because there's a way of harmonizing with there's a way of harmonizing with the sun and the breath, and that goes really well together in terms of the parasympathetic. Man, natural law, you just can't beat it. You can't beat natural law. Again, stray away from people who cause you to breathe shallow. Lesson of the day, okay? Stray away from people who cause you to breathe shallow, because that sends a shock wave into your body. Or influence them, of course, but still, stray away from them. But again, like I always say, the external world will rule the way you breathe until you rule the way you breathe. Exactly, Nada. Exactly. So that's why I said that. The external world will rule the way you breathe until you rule the way you breathe. Breathe in a healing way to the point where you're manifesting life outside those conditions, Nada. Shoot, I remember when I'm just gonna keep it at the sun. I was gonna turn to my face, but it's hard to remember to always do it, but I'm trying. Well, that's the point of alchemy, where you can utilize it in everyday life and do it sporadically. That's the beauty of parasympathetic breathwork versus sympathetic breathwork. You're not gonna get too high to the point you pass out, like they do with certain types of mouth breathing and things like that. No, parasympathetic breathwork you can do on and on and on and on and on. Another plus is your cortisol levels will go down. Sympathetic breathwork, cortisol levels rise. You can do your own research on the sympathetic and what that entails in terms of cortisol. Look into it, seriously. Breath holding is not the way. No. Sympathetic causes you to age the way most people do. Parasympathetic will slow down your aging because it taps really into the healing factors that is. Versus sympathetic, sure, you'll feel that high, oh, I feel energy, blah, blah, blah. But during the day, there's that crash. there is that crash because your body has to compensate for cortisol level increase. And sure, HGH goes up. Cool. Nothing wrong with that for sure. Cortisol level goes up. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. Same thing applies with parasympathetic, but cortisol levels go down. This is why I stress on parasympathetic versus sympathetic, and I don't do any mouth breathing whatsoever. The more conscious you become, not being conscious, it's like training a muscle memory. Exactly. Because, I was just talking on Clubhouse of this factor, and why we have so many breath patterns in alchemy, because it's so powerful into the subconscious mind, dealing with the everyday life, so to speak, in terms of different stress factors. So when you deal with different breath patterns, harmonizing breath patterns, you have a mass variety of toolbox that's seeped into your subconscious, so you can deal with different stress factors in a more harmonious way, no matter how bad, or if you want to perceive it in that sense, or how daunting and stressful it is. Elijah, day 4. You want to hop on here, brother? If you want, you can hop on here. For those that are just joining, I'm gonna switch back to this beautiful aura that is still here. Oh my gosh.
It's the portal.
It is literally, it literally is the portal. And I was just standing on some nails over there, which, I'm gonna go stand on these nails. What's up, brother?
What's up, baby? How are you, man?
I'm electric.
Ooh, what's that there that we see on the screen? What you about to do there?
I'm going to stand on these beautiful nails.
Wow. Now, I have a question. Would you recommend that for someone who's, not into breath work, or someone who's not into the holistic environment? Should they just hop on there? What are your thoughts with that?
Yeah, it's still great for okay. It has begun. But yeah, you can look at it as a nice subtle way in terms of shock therapy and acupuncture, going straight from the bottom of your feet, sending a shock wave to the whole body. We can look at the bottom of the feet and we know that it's attached to different organs, so to speak. But beyond that, it's your nerves. There's different nerves at the ending of your feet. So regardless if you believe that or not, it still sends a shock wave going from your feet all the way up the body, and very electric when it comes to sun gazing while doing that.
Man, that sun is absolutely gorgeous. Appreciate you for sharing that. It's interesting because so yesterday was day 3 of the Oran fast for me, which consists of, I have not had any coconut water, no juice whatsoever. And my diabetes has had the most remarkable experience. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. I will show you right now. Okay, let me show you. All right, can you see this number on there? Okay, it's backwards, so that's 82. This is 82.
Yeah.
Okay, now as a diabetic, when your sugar starts to get below 70-ish, you want to correct it. You want it to come up. Okay, now watch this. This is 82. Almost about 2 hours ago, around 7 o'clock. I've been up since 4 o'clock, by the way. 69. 69. I'm at that point where it's like, yo, you might want to start taking something. Okay, now hold on. We ain't done yet. So at 6, when I woke up at 4 in the morning, this was my sugar. 79. So we're still pretty low. And when you're going to sleep, you don't want to having low numbers is one of those factors that you might want to bring it up so you don't pass out in the night. Now, watch this next one. Crazy, yo. 62. 62. Okay? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
62.
Wow.
And before that, I was 78. Before that, I was 87. Dude, the next time I go to the doctors and I check this A1C, brother, it's gonna be game over. But my point is what am I doing? What am I doing to bring the sugar up? Number one, and I'm gonna bring this back to the point of you standing on that nail bed that you're on, because I have a question about that too. But like, I don't know what it is, and I'd love to hear your perspective on it. Like, just this whole idea of prayer and meditation with, of course, the breath work. And like when my sugar's low, I have like it's a very fine point that says, listen, do you want to drink coconut water, and allow for it to bring the sugar up, or are you going to
Mm-hmm.
trust in something that's more divine than what you can even think about?
Mm.
And it takes me to this state of like, let's have a seat. Or, dude, quite honestly, let me go back to yesterday. I went for a hike at like 8 p.m., completely dark, with no shoes, because I was feeling like shit. I was like, yesterday I was like tired. I've been working too hard the past few days, like I'm always moving and stuff. Um, and I just felt like crap. And I was like, dude, I need to get out of all this like this work environment. Like I just need to go and be in nature. And so I
Mm-hmm.
walked for like half a mile barefoot on rocks. That was crazy, yo. Like, and I'm curious to hear if what you're standing on right now compared to like walking on rocks and what your perspective is on that. But before I walked, my sugar was like in the high 60s. And I went on a whole hike barefoot. And as soon as I came out of the woods, because I spent 2 hours out there just meditating near water, my sugar was back at 80. My sugar was back at 80.
Mm.
Tell me someone else who goes on a hike, okay? And their sugar is able to come back to where it's supposed to be. This is like real life experience right now. And this is crazy stuff that I'm going through. So, to bring it back into some of the questions, when it comes to walking on rocks barefoot, because maybe not everyone has access to the board that you're standing on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's the same concept because it's a kinetic connection. Regardless, there's electrons coming from the Earth, so it's the same thing. And with you walking barefoot, especially rocks, your feet is grazing against the rock. So think of putting two rocks together, creating that spark to create fire. It's the same thing going shockwaves up to the body.
Mm, that's cool.
Versus the nails, what it does, it's more centered and more focused. So that's like the only difference, in my opinion, really. But yeah, I also want to ask you, brother. Um, before you met me, before we started on this beautiful journey of healing, um, where you're at right now, and what I was just talking about, the sympathetic side. Can you imagine doing sympathetic in a sense of how it affects you versus the parasympathetic breath work that we've been doing, and you can see the difference in feeling wise and your diabetic journey?
Just so people understand, so they don't think that Devin is just talking, I have read some very ancient yoga texts in my process of reversing type 1 diabetes. And every hatha yoga teacher, and this isn't me attacking anyone, okay? But every hatha yoga teacher, every breathwork facilitator that's saying breathe out of the mouth, like, I just shake my head because no one is returning back to the source. No one is
Mm.
returning back to the way that it needs to be. And in some of the most ancient texts that I've wrote, you want to know what they constantly talk about? Meditation, prayer, and breath work. And the way that they describe to breathe is literally, okay, we have a walking example in front of us, through the nose and doing different types of rhythms with that practice. And so, Devin, to answer your question, without, and quite honestly, like we met for a divine reason, and it's because my whole life in the back of my mind, I've wanted to reverse diabetes. But like many of us on this call, I never took the responsibility to truly like seek that. Like
Mm.
there was like this whole ego that was a part of me that, wanted to make money or wanted to focus on the job or wanted to date and, do all these other things. But you eventually hit a point when you come so, so a dark moment in life. and you are forced to see the light in that moment. And for me, that was literally scheduling a call with Devin, and on that call, he was like, let's do something as simple as breathing together through the nose. And when we did that, like electricity just shot through my whole body. Like, forget the diabetes for a second. The electricity shot through my whole body. And I could, for the first time in my life, feel and have a relationship with this inner diaphragm that I have, this inner divine creation. And as Devin was speaking of earlier with the sun gazing, like, it's now a practice. And each time it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And reversing diabetes is just a protocol of the connection with self. It's not even about reversing diabetes. It's about connecting with self. And through doing so, reversing diabetes is going to happen no matter what. So that's been my overall experience with that. Absolutely.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you for sharing that.
No, thank you. Thank you. So how long are you out here sun gazing for? Like, what, for someone who's new, how long should they sun gaze? And then for you, what's your experience with, like, the time frame?
Good question. If you're new, I would say look at the UV index. Just go on your phone, go to the weather app, UV index, make sure it's 0. The closer it is to 0, the better. 1 is okay. And you can test it out yourself, see how long you can stare at the sun. I'm at the point where I can stare midday at the sun, but not everyone can. So baby steps. So start with the sunrise and sunset. And that's easier to stare at and do practices that way.
Do you want to show us the rainbow real quick?
Oh yeah. If
For anyone who just joined.
Oh, it's still there. It's still there. All right. So guys, look carefully. It's slowly fading away, but if you can see, swoop. And I'll have this for playback. Earlier, you could easily see it even more, but it's there. I can still see it.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Devin, what do you think it is about the sun that creates that kind of aura? The rainbow aura.
The rainbow aura? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you'll have a response or a perspective on this. Do you think we?
I do know. I do know that the sun is literally like a black hole. Which, if we look at the essence of a black hole, it's an infinite void, so to speak, right? So all spectrums of light is beaming from that black hole.
Right.
Like when you have the eyes to see, you can see that it literally is a black hole.
Now, do you think that we, right, as in this physical reality, this physical dimension that we're in, do you think we have the ability to also have a rainbow aura? And if so, what does that take? What does it take to, vibrate like that? Because that's beautiful, man. That's gorgeous. I've never seen a rainbow. I've never seen that before. And I'm sitting here.
You never seen the rainbow aura?
I'm sitting here the phone, like, yo, I'm trying to be there in person. I'm trying to be there in person so I can see you.
For us to have that rainbow aura, I think it's a lot of self-love and not caring for what the external world has to judge on us. That's none of our business. It's the internal dialogue that we have within, and that self-expression of love that we can give to ourselves, and then it echoing out to the world. And that's, if we look around, all you see is this pure light. The sun is hitting everywhere with love, and just giving it light. Give your darkness light. Whatever festers, whatever dark thoughts come up, give it light. Give it light.
Just give it light, baby.
Give it light.
All right, brother. I gotta hop off here and get to work. Tell Geraldine she's the divine queen. Make sure you shop her products at Nature Soul. There we go.
Nature herself.
Nature herself. Sorry. All love. I got some text over there. Sorry, but yeah, peace and love. Appreciate you, and we'll touch base soon.
All right, brother. Peace. Someone else wanted to join on here live. I don't know who it was. If you're still here, you're more than welcome to hop on. Someone says, what are the benefits of sun gazing? Well, you're taking more biophotons into the bloodstream. Little do people know, the eyes is one of the fastest ways to the bloodstream. You can literally pour tequila in your eyes if you want and get drunk. I've never done it, but you can. I've heard people doing it before, but you can. Is it true it's easy to get caught up in the things we desire to make us forget about our purpose? Yeah, that's why it's great to have internal dialogue and stuff like meditation, the breath, because it always comes back to the breath. And that internal dialogue is super important to keep us balanced and centered. Okay? It really is. You know, that's why I'm very consistent when it comes to this kind of work. I dedicate my life to this, you know. I don't have to. I have other things I really could be doing, but this is one of the things I choose to do and share it with the world, because there was once upon a time where I was even working with contracts with like spaces like Facebook, Google, athletic teams, and I did less of that and more of Jen's in the water. I did more of I've been doing more of the one-on-ones and just be more open to people instead of me being a kept secret. I can't tell you how many NDAs I've signed already from well-known people too, by the way. Have you ever tired of doing handstand on the nail board? No. In terms of handstands on the nail board, no, I haven't tried that yet. I'll try that sooner than later. You never know. Does anyone else want to come on board? Yeah, consistency is key, because that consistency, you know, it's more than just building a habit. It's showing yourself self-love. And that self-love builds a frequency. I have a saying, what you do frequently literally becomes your frequency. Before I had physical pyramids and working with companies that build pyramids and stuff like that, I always would imagine during meditation and just all throughout my life where a pyramid energy is around me. That's what I've been taught by my Sifu at the time, and utilizing that pyramid energy in so many different benefactors and ways. And sooner than later, it became more physical, if anything. What do you remember? Oh, what do you recommend for someone new to breathwork? Check out my YouTube. Check out my YouTube. I'm gonna make a playlist specifically on my YouTube, because that's been something coming up. And shoot, I'll even do like an intro to breathwork course, just for newbies, like straight newbies. I'll do one just for straight on people who are new to breathwork, so they don't fall into the trap of the sympathetic breathwork versus the parasympathetic, because the parasympathetic is not talked about too much. Sympathetic is on the rise because so many people are already stimulated, already getting high, and that's what they're focused on, versus the real defining healing that we all deserve, that we all need and want, in terms of peace of mind, peace of wealth, peace of health, all into one. So for those that are just joining again, I'm going to switch. If you could see, oh, the rainbow aura is back. There it is. There it is. Whoop. Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, you can go on my YouTube. Link is in my bio right there. And you can try some sessions yourself. I would say well, the most recent one that I posted, the super sound bath, that's a great way to start, because yeah, it's an intro to alchemy in itself. Jackson goes, I'm a rainbow aura. So are you, brother. So are you. Any questions? Any remarks? Anyone else want to go live? Heard something interesting yesterday that depending on how your portal your ancestors were, you have more elastin or more polygenic, and this influences this type of breath. Not sure I get you, Honestity, but man, really look at this. Really look at this aura. Would love to, but on hold with GoDaddy on the other line. Okay. Yeah, we can go live later, Jackson, if you want. I'm up to that. I'm at the beach the whole day. Yeah, really look at this aura. This is right after doing an hour session on Clubhouse. I did a breathwork session, and I opened my eyes, and boom, that happened. It's wild. And Elijah said that apparently this is really rare. So it's really interesting. I just had to share because I've actually seen this a couple of times, but I never really got it on camera. Um, Some people on here are saying that it's really rare too. So I don't know. I guess I'm aligned. I don't know, but I'm just blessed to just witness this and share it with you guys. If you guys can't really see, look at this aura. Look at this circle. It's a rainbow sun, as they call it. Someone said it's called a dog sun, and it's so healing right now. Like, let me get off these nails. I have the coconut water charging in the sun, tensor rings. Guys, if you want the Martin glass, link is in the bio. With tensor rings, they also will come with messaging on the Martin glass in terms of affirmations, and you can customize it if you'd like. Thing about the Martin glass, it only needs 30 minutes in the sun to absorb the biophotons, and it only absorbs UVA rays and infrared rays. So the energetics behind it as well is that other influences of energy won't seep into the water, because we know water holds memory, and that memory transmute into your body, your bloodstream, and warm coconut water like this. I'm not gonna have it too much in the sun because I don't want to drink hot coconut water. But it's funny, like I'm at the point, honestly, where I'm slowing down on drinking other drinks. Like it's mainly going to be coconut water, and I feel the calling is slowly creeping up where I won't need water anymore, and I might give into that sooner or later, but we'll see. That's where I'm at on this breatharian journey, so to speak, if you're asking about that, because I saw someone in the comments asking about that. And this is 1 liter, by the way. 1 liter. This is something that's helped me stay on liquids for as long as I have, because it really helped me realize it's not the food that is doing the healing. It's the energy around you. It's the energy within you in terms of biophoton energy and the breath and that nitrogen within the breath. And how are we utilizing that nitrogen with efficient breathing? You just heard from Elijah, who is a type 1 diabetic. I can't imagine being type 1 diabetic and doing sympathetic breath work. Okay, I just can't. I really can't. Breath holding and things like that. And I'm also gonna post a testimonial I'll post a testimonial maybe later today or tomorrow, where you'll see a nurse give her testimonial during class. They did breath holding, right? And they were measuring the pulse. And then the participant held her breath, measured the pulse, and there was no pulse. So breath holding is not life-giving whatsoever. Think about that. It's not. When you inhale, you're inhaling information from the environment, and the body is saying, okay, we have this external substance. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with this external substance? That's even more energy to say, man, I got to utilize more energy to take this information that I just took from the external, and what am I going to deal with? What am I going to do with it? And that sends a halt to life. Versus the exhales, which is what alchemy we focus more on, versus the inhales, because the exhales, when we're completely empty, that's 100% you. Versus the external world having so much effect on your internal world. And that internal world, which is infinite, because we all are, have such profound electricity. Well, you can build that up to the point of building up more carbon, because we're carbon-based beings. We're not oxygen-based beings. And when that builds up, you can assimilate more energy from your surroundings, but more so from within you, radiating from within to out. So on that note, I thank you all for sharing the breath. Does anyone want to hop on here live before I go? And if you guys are just joining, check out this rainbow aura. Whoa, you see that? I know you guys saw that. That's wild. But yeah, this aura, I think this aura is going to be here for a while. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to step on these nails again for maybe another hour. Oh, someone wants to go live. Oh, Elijah wants to hop back in. I don't know. Multiple people want to hop on here live. We're back.
I'm back, yo. I'm so inspired right now, you know. I'm so inspired. The aura has really got me thinking, because I remember when I did my first Oran fast ever, like, and this was probably a few months ago. I went to this meditation event. When I went to this meditation event, there was a lady who was running the meditation event. And there's probably like 15, 16 people. She came up to me and she was like, "Your aura is white." And it was so funny for me, because at that time, like, I just took an Oran bath, like right before I went to the event. I was like, it's probably the Oran that you need. She's like, what do you want? And so, like, I'm just naturally curious, what like, us increasing our aura, like, what does that mean? And, you know, is it the color that we see, right? Because she saw a white aura on me. Right now you see an aura on the sun, the rainbow aura. What does it mean for us to be able to see that, and then not only see it within others, but to be able to enhance it, the aura, within ourselves?
So you can call aura the electromagnetic field beating from the heart, going outwardly, which can be measured, actually.
Wow, that's divine. That was so divine right there. Oh, man.
Which can be measured. You know, we deal with that in terms of organ breathing, remember? I need to re-upload that on the members group, but it's there. How they measure the aura, and we utilize that information into organ breathing. Just that was me explaining how the 3D is affecting the 5D, because not many people can comprehend that whatsoever. So just to see how your energy signature affects all other energy signatures. Oh, and by the way, I keep forgetting. You bringing that up, you got to go to this place in New York that actually takes aura pictures.
Where's it called? Where's it at?
I'll find it. I gotta ask Jen what's it called. But it's funny when me and Jen did it. What's it called? Oh, it's called Magic Jewelry. This is in New York, guys.
Magic jewelry.
Magic Jewelry. Yeah.
Yo, if any of you guys are in New York and you're trying to link up at Magic Jewelry, hit me up, bro. Let's make it happen. Oh yeah, they're still open too. Perfect.
Yeah. They're in Chinatown.
Wow. All right. Yep. I'll be there probably this weekend. So what do they do? So they literally like capture, not capture, but they like take a picture and it shows your aura in essence.
Yeah. So it's based on calligraphy.
Mm.
Calligraphy. So they've even tested out with food, where you can see the difference in terms of electrons bouncing off from something like fried food versus an apple, and you see more energy coming from an apple than the fried food. Like I said, it's not the food that you're really after. It's the biophotons. It's the electrical energy that everyone is after, so to speak.
From it, yeah. That's one of the, I think, most important things that I've not everything I've learned has been important from you, but like just really understanding like the density of like what you're consuming, and like being on orange water right now, and I'm not even really drinking much water, just more of looping, and I'm not even looping as much as I used to either, but
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm practicing more meditation and just breath work, like that's doing the job for me. But yeah, being on like
Exactly.
liquids like at this extent, everything is really slowing down. Like it's really, really slowing down. And I don't say that in a bad way, but it's like every step that I take, it's like a conscious step. You know, every breath that I breathe, it's much slower. It's much more conscious, controlled, and guided. And like even me talking right now, like, I don't know if you could tell, but like, because I spoke with Miguel, Positive Soul Shaker, yesterday, and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Bro, I have to say that your energy seems much more in tune right now." He's like, "It's not as high as it like was, but he's like, it's much more in tune, so it's actually like way more refined." And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
"This isn't even me trying. Like, this is not me trying to do any of this. Like, it's just happening naturally from the practices." And it's, I don't know, man, like living this life, this is a lifestyle, you know, it's a groovy one for sure.
That's why I try to emphasize like alchemy. It's not techniques. It's a system, and how we're utilizing it in everyday life, and how it ripples into, even though it's subtle, as like I was speaking earlier, right? It may be so subtle, but now you're seeing how those subtleties play a big factor into your everyday life in terms of you slowing down, the breath, taking more conscious actions in that sense, and seeing
Mm,
how the domino effect, being more aware of the domino effect.
right. Yeah, that's gorgeous. By the way, I forgot to order the Miron glass, so I gotta do it today. And because I got this glass here, you know, I
Mm.
love God, but if I can get this on the Miron glass, it's game over. It's game over.
Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
yeah, that's an option. So, guys, you can do a custom affirmation if you want on the mind glass as well. That's an option, and it will come with tensor rings on the bottom.
Oh wait, it comes with that,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah,
Come on, bro.
it comes with the tensor rings.
Oh my God, why you gotta do it to us, bro? Why you gotta do it to us? Where's it at? Oh, here
Link
it is. Mirror glass.
link is in the bio.
Yeah, I'm on the website right now. All right, I'm placing the order now. Let's get it. Let's get it, babe. We're gonna be putting this freaking refined medicine in there. We're gonna let it sit out in the sun with the brother. I don't know if y'all can tell, but your boy's getting younger, not older. We getting younger, baby. These wrinkles all
Exactly.
going away. By the way, this is super crazy too. Even being on liquids, even being a part of Orin, I have had acne. Like there's still like zits here and there, like just randomly. Me right
Hmm.
now on this Orin fast, there is not a single zit, zero acne right now. Like I am so divine, baby. So just sharing that because this stuff is electric and I love it. What's up, Queen?
Hey there,
Hi.
infinite risings to you.
You guys can see me and hear me, right?
We
Yes,
can hear
yes.
you and see you loud and clear.
Cool.
So
I
where you from? Where you
haven't
from?
actually,
Where you from?
I'm from Vancouver in Canada, Vancouver,
Oh, okay.
Canada. This is my first time, like, your live just came up and you're talking, and I'm learning. And I guess I always need like someone to confirm things for me. Um, and so I'm noticing how angry I'm feeling for the past like 2 hours in my mind. Like it's just very angry and like thinking of all these things that I'm just really like hurt about. And I couldn't sleep last night, and I think I know why. It's because I missed my chance because earlier in the day I went for a bike ride, and me just getting in
Is
that
that out?
exercise and breathing a lot more
What does that
deeply than
mean?
I'm used to helps me sleep. I've had insomnia for 9 years and like thought I was gonna die so many times. And I didn't even think I could exercise. But then I did it, and like this whole past 2 weeks I've been sleeping every day because I've been going for bike rides every day. And I know it's because of my breathing. I can feel like, and like my circulation and whatever. And so I feel like I missed my chance to sleep. And like now it's like I have to get up and I have to go outside and I have to get some exercise and push myself in order to be able to get the rest that I need. And that changes what's going on in my head. Like earlier, I went for a bike ride, and the way that I was thinking about everything was just totally different. And I guess that's eventually what I was going to ask you. It was just like that, I guess that counts, right? Like singing and like exercise, it's kind of like a different form of breath work. It's not the same breath work, but like to me, when I try to just sit here and breathe, it almost feels like my lungs are like a rubber balloon, and like it's so hard to push air into them, and it's not easy. So it's so much easier for me to go for a run or like go for a bike ride, and then yeah, it's just easier for me to do that, and I'm still getting in more air and I feel so much better.
So that would be a great start. Like, like I've worked with people with deviated septums where the inner lining of their nose is it's not straight. So
Okay.
so think of your lungs, your nose as muscles, and in terms of getting any muscle stronger, you need to work them out. You know, over time, your lungs your lungs will only expand to a certain degree, and age will become a factor depending on how efficiently you breathe. Because going back to all those little subtleties play a big factor in the long run versus now. Sure, you can you can breathe the way you breathe in the sense, but I would highly suggest more with the nose, if anything,
Okay.
because
Cool.
the nose goes straight into the diaphragm. There's no lag. You may get that sense of, oh, I'm breathing with the mouth, I'm getting more air, but actually you're over breathing. And that also plays a psychological effect to your body overworking itself as well, versus the nostrils. There will always be a right amount of suction of air and exhale of air going from straight and back from the diaphragm back and forth, and that sends a harmonious relationship with your blood, thus with your breath, thus with your mental cognitive functions. And it should be easier for you to sleep whenever or however. Um, and I say that to say, I would say that'd be a great start, working out for sure, but then ending it with some type of breath work.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Specifically parasympathetic breath work. Like I can't imagine working out and then going into sympathetic style of breath work, because over time, why the hell would I want my cortisol levels to rise? Sure, you get the HGH again. Sure, you get that HGH rush, but over time, that cortisol rise will play a big impact into your aging factor and how your body heals, because you've been messing it up and overstimulating it, which is what most people, when you see them do the mouth breath work or breath holding, that's what they're doing. And that's not, you may, some people may, they can't see the difference between the good feeling versus the simulating feeling. So that's where you have to draw the fine line and really tap more into the parasympathetic, because the more you can feel, the more you can heal. And the more you can heal, the more you can do. And the more you can be.
When you're saying the parasympathetic, um, like feeling that way, like how would I necessarily know that I'm doing, like, am I supposed to just feel like calm and happy? Is that,
It's more of a calming sensation. Happy, happy, sad. They're all emotions that run in and out of us. But that calmness is like right centered in the center. It's not over the top like Elijah was saying, because Elijah used to be really like hyper, like up here, and now he's like more mellowed out, but still happy, and he can control that. That's where I've seen this type of breath work really get people right into more in the centerpiece, rather than too much or too low.
I feel like I'm like angry in my mind a lot, and then I'm like running from the anger, and every song that I write is so angry. And even when I feel really good, it's almost like an angry really good or something. It's like I'm angry about something, but I'm just so happy to feel good angry instead of like angry or something.
Whenever you get those emotions, it's great that you can acknowledge them. So give yourself a tap on the back, because some people will numb themselves with
Yeah.
smoking, drinking, whatever it is in that sense. So that
Yeah.
in itself is a great sign of emotional intelligence, and you can utilize that. Whenever you feel that sudden spike, that's a great time to get into like a mini breathwork session. That's a great time to integrate some type of mindful practice, in a sense. And a great start in terms of mental breath work is I'm breathing, inhale, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. That's just a great way to just start, regardless. Just remind yourself that I'm alive and I'm a being. I can control my internal world, and understand that I have the starting domino before it hits the other dominoes and hit that effect. And someone asks, can you recommend, where can I find some breathing exercise? Link is in my bio to my YouTube. Definitely try it out. And if you guys really want to take it further, up a notch, I'm still doing one-on-ones, but we also have Breath Family, where you get all the Subliminal breathworks for free. And we also do Zoom calls together as one. And we breathe together as one. And a group chat where everyone is just helping each other, just nonstop. There's no hierarchy either. It's just nonstop helping each other, and that's what Breath Family is about. So I actually gotta go, but thank you all for sharing the breath. Thank you for coming on here. And what's your name again?
Patricia.
Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. My name is Devon. Pleasure to meet you. Until next
Nice to
time,
meet you.
peace.
Bye.
Hello, I'm Frank Roser. I'm a breathwork coach and American football coach from Germany. And I had my first breathwork session with Devin yesterday. And I just can't say it was really amazing. He showed me a new breathing technique and explained me a lot of very powerful things that gave me a very good insight. And during the breathwork, I went to some places. I was really able to go within and to relax. And the first couple of rounds were a bit difficult for me because there were some things that I never did before. But in the last two rounds, I just felt amazing. So I really could focus on within, what's going on within, and just relax. So Devin, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just can recommend everybody to, do some breathwork with the breathwork guru, Devin. Thanks and all the best.